As I am exploring all of the glory that ESO has for the first time, I am now onto the main quest of the game, where I needed to talk to the Prophet. This now takes me onto a new journey into the frozen north of Bleak Rock Isle, apparently where I was supposed to start anyway. But now I am making amends and solving some of the problems of this place. The only issue that I have is dealing with this annoying ice jerk. Seriously, I hated this NPC. Here's what happened. Also, I have documented my entire ESO journey thus far in a playlist. You can find that in the description below. We start off our journey at Stone Falls, where we had to meet up with the Prophet and discuss our plans moving forward. I accepted a dinner party quest from some random NPC, and I accidentally got sacrifices to an undead necromancer god. Whoopsie! Well, we saved the Prophet in the process, and now he needs us to go and save the world. Nothing happens without me actually making it happen, does it? Well, we meet up with his shade, and he's basically looking terrible for someone who definitely needs to stop smoking cigarettes and watching episodes of Married with Children. We rush off to his safe harborage to meet him in person, and he invites us to play Inception with him to go inside of his mind. Basically, he studied the Elder Scrolls for a long time. He saw it more than anyone else. Ironically, he lost his physical sight because he saw too much of the scrolls. And apparently the scrolls can change at the drop of a hat. Everything changes as different events happen. Basically, the future remains unwritten. The Prophet then talks about the 5 companions who sought to make their king a dragonborn and sit on the ruby throne. But the king is not a dragonborn and thus is not actually able to sit there with impunity. We see our young boy Abubu amongst them, and then the necromancer who murked us. Apparently, this necromancer was not to be trusted anyway, but here he is in this group. Come on, guys. Like, a necromancer betrayed you and you're surprised? This is literally a guy who is best suited with corpses all around. I will also say that I've always viewed necromancers as just really, really late healers. We get a rundown of the Fantastic Five, and then Varen tries to claim the Ruby Throne, becoming a Dragonborn, and then it goes to shit. And Manamarco, the necromancer, betrays them, but like, is it really that surprising? Well, the Prophet also got murked by Manamarco, the same as me, because he knew that this treachery would be discovered. We then see dark anchors pop up with the same music as War of the Worlds, which is epically terrifying. We get back out, and the Prophet says that, hey, now we gotta go and gather some allies and root out any of the necromancers that we find. Which kind of makes sense because I've already dealt with Foon, you know, from elsewhere, but everyone seems to forget that already. I level up and get the assault trait Continuous Attack, which literally makes my horse run like 10 times faster. Holy crap, this was such an improvement immediately. Well, I decided that I should go back and check out Bleak Rock Isles as a start, and it seems that my giant Nordass should have been here anyway. As soon as I arrive, I'm immediately assaulted by Mala, and she is squeaking at me. Not gonna lie, started out pretty strong with an obnoxious NPC. Apparently, some wizard turned her and her friends into skeevers, so she tasks us with uncritterifying her friends. Alright, I'll bite, sure, I can help you, I guess. My new horse upgrade makes it so damn fast that I'm able to cruise around this whole down zone like no problem whatsoever. I then run into Hawknir, who instead of taking an arrow to a knee, lost his whole left foot entirely. Don't worry though, he'll be all right. Well, we go up into a cave to investigate some bones and some corpses and such, and out flies this weird mana ray thing, but I guess it's like a giant bat? I don't know. I think this guy's kind of tiny and could have been taken. I mean, did you see that Nord? Like, he shouldn't have had any problem. Anyway, I also noticed that my attacks are basically like doing nothing to him. Like, I'm significantly weaker here than I was in elsewhere. I guess that goes with the level scaling, but still, I felt like I wasn't as strong as I could have been here. I gather up some ore and then return to Hawknir, and he pays me, but like, he's bleeding out, and he just mentioned that he's like not gonna make it much longer. Like, dude, you good? Should I help you? As my fast boy runs into the Sky Shroud Barrows, I'm approached by Darge the Hunter, who apparently is wounded as well. Everyone's out here wounded. And there's a necromancer inside. Oh boy, I've just been given clearance to take out necromancers with extreme prejudice. Here I go, killing again! And again, is it killing if they're already dead? I don't know. I turn on this brazier to talk to a dragon priest who calls me a maggot. Like, legit, dude, I just showed up to help you, and why you gotta be an ass? Well, we hit him with a logic slap, like, no, someone is ruining your whole fortress, and he's like, yeah, you alright, you're my weapon of vengeance. Dude, I'm a dragon knight. I should at least be treated with a little bit of respect, seeing as you're a dragon priest. I ask him how to do so, and he's basically like Charlie during the Sneeko drama.
You absolute buffoon.
I need to find some runestones. Alright, here we go. I run around decimating literally every spooky, scary skeleton in the Tri-County area, gathering all the runes all along the way. And then I get to the front of the entrance and the ice falls. Time to go sanctify the priest's body by unaliving a dead boy. Man, that's a weird sentence. Anyway, I'm just saying, how do I know, just as some random knight, sanctify bodies? Or let alone half the crap that I do? I know not why I am here, nor what is going on. I know that I must unga that bunga. The necromancer then says, hey, you'll never defeat the Covenant, but literally, it felt more like this scene from the Avengers.
But I will not be bullied by that.
Like, this dude got like one spell off and he just got absolutely obliterated. Well, we read a scroll about how the necromancer was working with the Covenant, and I'm guessing it's the Daggerfall Covenant? Well, Darge is just as surprised as I am, although I'm like, dude, you should probably go get your arm checked out. You ain't looking too good. Well, I keep wandering north to find one of these skeever guys, and I cast a spell on him, and he turns into a lizard man. Legit, this probably wouldn't make sense to anyone else unless they were playing ESO. I'm just saying. Well, I run into Rolanda, who's upset because her brother ran into this cave and hasn't come out yet. Apparently, there's a frozen man inside who captures adventurers and they never escape. Like, this is actually pretty ominous. I don't think that it's something good to just have out here in the open, so I go in. Little did I know that I was about to run into the most obnoxious NPC in Elder Scrolls Online. We find Islemen, but then this voice invades our ear holes with riddles. Is this someone you know? Guess who I am, and I might let him go. Listen, I've played MMOs long enough to know that this is just going to be some soft-handed guy in the background pulling the strings like Wizard of Oz, but oh my god, I hate him immediately. Well, yeah, he starts taunting me because I jump some small rocks, and then I climb up a hill to see him, and it immediately reminds me of David from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Good God, and he's naked. I find his backpack and correctly guess who he is, but he's like, guess which one of me is real? Dude, if you weren't some type of ghost, I would have already put a sword through your throat. Like, you were pissing me off to no end. Well, I picked the only one that's not dancing because I guess that's the only one that's different. And he runs away, and I have to question him, literally given the runaround with all sorts of weird sentences and strange noises. This guy's straight up Looney Tunes, and I can't kill him, so I just need to leave. Good God. Well, I run out of options to say to him, and I return, if Arways is a candle and Orels is a milk jug, that makes you a bear trap, right? He replies, so? Well, I say, of course, no squirrel wants to get caught in a bear trap, and he's like, oh, you finally make sense. And then he sets Ayman free, and Ayman says that Covenant soldiers got caught in here by the Frozen Man, and I guess they were the ones that turned into bears. Look, I'm doing the work without even knowing I'm doing it, but I hated this guy. I wanted to stab this guy so badly. So badly. Well, Rolanda is happy to see her brother, and I am now more confused than ever. It's a shame I didn't get to stab the ghosty boy, but, you know, as long as he stays in there, I guess. Alright, so in this next step of ESO, I have finally moved on to the main story quest, or at least what I think is the base game story that is around Bleak Rock Isle. And I think there's a handful of other choices that I could have gone to. But I think I like this area mostly because I feel like it's opposite of elsewhere. Like, legit, as soon as I landed in Bleak Rock Isle, I have been gifted with hilarious quests, like, out of nowhere. And we're in the snow. I had to turn some locals back into people from squirrels, and then I had to stop a frozen naked man from turning everyone into household objects. What? At least as a start, I'm starting to see the necromancer influence, but what's more concerning is that it's paired with the Covenant's work. From what I understand, the Daggerfall Covenant is one of the major factions within the Alliance, so I'm curious to see how this plays out. Necromancy is a huge no-no in everyone's eyes, so it's more concerning that what's supposed to be one of the good factions could potentially have mold growing inside. No pun intended about like dead things, but you get the point. We will have to see. If you wish to catch up on my entire ESO journey thus far, you can click this playlist here. I just finished up elsewhere and had a blast. Otherwise, stay caffeinated, folks.